right, let's get you back to news around the power grid now. Government has signed 3 wind energy deals worth about 11 billion rand. That signing last week forms part of efforts to implement the Just Transition or the Just Energy Transition Plan. The agreement itself with independent power producers is expected to see about 420 megawatts of energy added to the grid by December 2024. It comes amid mounting pressure, of course, to resolve the country's ongoing electricity crisis. But many are asking, is this deal a little too late? Well, let's get OUTA's parliamentary and energy advisor's take on this. That's Liz McDaid, who joins us now via our video link. Liz, it's great to see you. Thanks very much indeed for making time to chat to us. You know, there was also a timeline to ensure that bid window 5 is sorted out. It includes 25 or so projects. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to meet that timeline. I guess with that in the background, what do you make of last week's signing?
Yeah, it does seem to be a little drop in the ocean. Sorry. It does seem to be a little drop in the ocean, given where we're sitting with load shedding and the need for about 6,000 megawatts onto the grid. But I guess one should be grateful for small mercies so that at least we are starting the process. I think from our side, what it seems is it's rather there's some reluctance. And clearly we need a schedule with fixed timelines. We saw in the in the emergency procurement program 2 years later, a large portion of that hasn't come to fruition, and there seems to have been a lack of urgency on the part of the Mineral and Energy Minister to bring more renewables onto the grid.
Yeah, and, you know, many are also still putting this on, you know, this policy uncertainty in this country. I mean, members of cabinet themselves have been seen to disagree around how to fix the energy crisis. There are those who believe that we should continue with what we have and just improve things like maintenance. And, of course, other people pulling in the opposite direction, saying, scrap the whole thing, let's start again and focus more on energy. On renewable energy, I beg your pardon.
Well, I think it's a combination, isn't it? Because we can't tomorrow switch off all the coal because we don't have any renewables to switch to, or we don't have very many. So it's a transition, and this is, I think, what seems to be the difference of opinion. In civil society's view, a transition is you're moving from one place to another place. And you don't stick in the middle. But what we seem to have is one view that says we're going to carry on as we did before, and somehow miraculously all these coal-powered power stations are going to get fixed. Whereas this is like, you know, an old car, sorry, that you have on the roads from the 70s or 80s. You know, as you fix one piece, another bit breaks. And the obvious thing that you have to do is start saving up and building a new car. But I think what we're seeing is almost too much focus on fixing the old and not enough on bringing on board the new renewables. Yeah. We also have to question Praveen Gordhan, because if he's having some oversight over Eskom, why do they want to build 3,000 megawatts of gas instead of putting renewables up in the Northern Cape, for example? Yeah.
I guess there's also, in that world, questions around whether we should invest more in nuclear in this country, many putting that forward as the most, let's call it, efficient alternative. Is that a view that OUTA shares?
You know, we did go through, people's memories are a bit short maybe, we did go through a system which emerged through the state capture, through the Zondo Commission, of how Cabinet was fooled into thinking that nuclear was cheap through manipulation of figures. We also know that there was a deal signed with the Russians, which civil society needed to go to court to overturn. We don't want to go down that road again.
All right, OUTA's Liz McDaid, thanks very much indeed for your take on this. Really do appreciate it. It's an ongoing story. We'll keep watching, and we appreciate you weighing in. Liz McDaid is the parliamentary and energy advisor with the organization on doing tax abuse.